People don't know about Google Scholar. So Google Scholar is probably the biggest reason why I was able to navigate all of the references I needed for my PhD. So this is probably one of the best tools that you could ever have. And you get a lot of really cool settings in here and other stuff. You can bring up your profile and it'll tell you, where you work, how many times that you've been cited, indexed, and all the rest of it. My most popular article, of course, is hacking a satellite while it's in orbit. But this is just a really kind of neat thing. You can have your own library. You can keep all of the things from all of your classes here. So if you dig around in here and you're working in Google Scholar and you're working on your PhD, you're working on a master's, you're working on a bachelor's degree, and you know that there's a capstone coming up and you want to save all the references that you've kind of got, you can do this here. And again, you can just kind of tear this apart in your library and do what you need to do and then search your library. But the great part about this is that this will really give you the ability to find really cool stuff. So let's look up biometrics in healthcare. Right? So if I'm really interested in it, you can actually bring up where biometrics can come in. But if we're interested in healthcare, you can just do the search on it and it will give you everything it's got. You are going to want to sort by date. In general, when working at any degree level, right, bachelor's, master's, or doctor, you only want to cite things that are a maximum of 5 years old. So you can go back to 2019 and you're going to be right there in the pocket. Now, the neat thing about this, it'll give you all sorts of places where it can go and where you can pull it up. So if you're looking for authentication and secure management, you can actually just go ahead and open that up and it will take you right to that IEEE Explorer. And then there's your whole paper. Now, here's the even better, cooler part on this is that this is when we want it. I need it cited. So I'm going to cite this. And then here's my APA citation. So I'm good. I just copy that. And then if I really like it, I can save it to my library. Label as reading list, right? Just call it that and just go done. And now I have it saved. I have the citation. I have the actual thing from IEEE Explorer. Now the thing is if I can't get to it, right, then I would have to go to my thing. So this one I can't get to, right, because it's part of ACM and there's no link over here. So if I want to, I can go here and bring this up and I have my information. And then you can go back and you can kind of go through your school library and try to pull up, see if you've got the ACM, and then try to bring that up and kind of where you want to go with that. So you can actually go and pull these things up. Don't pay for access here, especially if you have a school library, or solely focus on things that have a public access. That will really just make your day a whole lot easier. And again, this is the cool part of a lot of the technologies that we have nowadays. Man, we get just cool stuff. If we need case law, right? If we need case law, we can actually go and pull up where did we arrive at these ideas for all those processes. We can bring these down to federal. We can bring these to my state courts, right? And there's only one in the last 4 years. We can bring this into just the federal version of it, and then go ahead. You can sort by date. So they'll give you the most recent one. So the last one that we have here is Lewis versus Merrick Transportation, right? And again, it's just kind of easy to do all this stuff and then include the citations. Now, law cites a little bit differently. So when you're doing that, you're just going to have that one kind of citation. There's no real APA or anything else. You can tie it to other kinds of citation systems if you don't want to keep it here. But it is just kind of neat, right? And then you can just go ahead and save it off and throw it into your reading list and you're done. And then you can go to my library and there's my 2 new files. And that's it. This is one of the best tools you could possibly have, because now you've got all the things that you would want, right? You've got your citations, you've got access to the paper, you've got access to the legal thing that you're looking up and to kind of see how that works. You can actually see the entire memorandum in order. Most of the court stuff is actually fairly straightforward. And this really helps if you don't have access to court level information or you don't want to pay for the access to that. This is a great way of not having to pay access for it, because this is all basically free data anyways. It's just kind of one of those things where we were going to paywall stuff. This just gets you outside that paywall. So Google Scholar is going to make your life totally easy. And if you just sign in, you can go to your profile, you can go to your library and kind of see what you got. So I'm hoping this helps you out. But honestly, anything you're doing, this is going to help you out, because you can really organize your data. You can organize your data by class, by reading list, by whatever you want to do with it. And you now have that back history of all the data you could ever want. And if you do write something, it's really kind of cool to see how many people cite you. Okay, guys, that's it. I will see you in the next lecture.